to your eternity in 20 minutes. The main character of this anime is this ball thing. But not just any ball thing. This ball thing absorbs the things around it and changes in response. It starts off as a rock and then moss. After a super long time, a wolf dies right on top of our main character, so it becomes that wolf. After some traveling, it makes it to a shelter. This guy thinks his wolf came back, but really that's just some ball thing. You can literally say the protagonist is as dumb as a rock. We also find out that this dude's family ventured off to find paradise, and they haven't returned in 5 years. So yeah, our guy is just a bit lonely. He decides to set off and find both his family and paradise. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this dude's positive attitude. He has no family with him, just some stupid wolf, but he's super motivated. After many days, he unfortunately gets injured, and it starts taking its toll on him. He also finds out there's no paradise and his family is probably long gone. We only 1 episode in and I'm already in my feels. He barely has enough strength to make it back home, and it's not like he even wants to be back home. His injury and sickness get to him and he passes away. The ball thing touches his head and turns into him. Man, what a first episode. Our dumb ball thing sets off to live its owner's dream of meeting new people and feeling all kinds of things. That's until episode 2 rolls around. My man ends up pissing his pants and dies due to lack of nourishment. But it's all good, ball thing is immortal, just gotta give it a few hours. We also meet this character, March. She's pretending to be the mom of these stuffed animals. And get a load of her signature dish. Damn, I feel bad for her kids. We also meet Perona, who pretends to be her husband, but is actually her kind of big sister. March really wants to be a grown-up, and every time she tells her parents that, they roast the shit out of her.
Hey, all my fellow bedwetters, please stand up!
Later on, a terrible ritual happens. Basically, this old woman decides which young girl gets to be eaten alive by this humongous beast. She's supposed to put a lot of deep thought into it. That's until March laughs at her nose hairs, and she says, "Fuck it, you're dying." The person who's keeping all of this in order is Hayase. She may look kinda bad, but her personality sucks. The village is giving March a ton of praise, but I think everybody is just happy it's not them who got picked. I need y'all to see the utter disrespect of these two girls. Look at the gift they bring March. Are they trying to remind her of what she never got to become? I'm telling y'all, bro, looks aren't everything. Hayase don't even let March go potty without her watching. Your personality sucks. Later on, March is being taken to the eating grounds, but she manages to escape thanks to Perona's help. And she meets Ball Thing. She tries to have a conversation with Ball Thing, but she fails to realize she's basically talking to a dog. March out here working super hard to get him food, only to get disrespected. The faces in this anime honestly so funny. Look at the attention to detail. Not only is she feeding him, but she's even teaching him Japanese. I guess you could say she is. And she names him Fushi. The big evil bear shows up and almost kills Perona. Hayase also shows up and takes Fushi's mom away. March is literally crying as she's being taken away. And in response to this, Fushi does what any rock would. Just sit there and look stupid. March ain't that smart either. Hayase hands her a black cube of caca, tells her to eat it, and she does so with no hesitation. Look at how her lips are folding. Spit it out, bruh! March falls asleep, and they rope her to the dinner table. The big bear pulls up, Perona and March about to die, but then Fushi pulls up. It turns into a wolf, starts freaking downloading the bear's defense stats, aka he starts eating the shit out of his nose. And Hayase looks really horny, I mean happy to see this happen. The bear died, feels bad, kinda looks like he's a porcupine or a sand slash. And it looks like March and Perona are allowed to live. Bro, I can't even lie, this anime is damn hilarious. Fushi got strawberry jam all over its face, but he still wants to make March proud. He learned that one from his mama. You know what else he learned from his mama? Fushi remembered what the boy had said to it, and those words caused it to turn back into him. Hayase was acting all nice though. She ends up backstabbing them. Fushi also learns a new phrase. It hurts, and thank you. Honestly, those are the essentials. Such brilliance. They manage to escape, but then Hayase and her group catch up to them. And then all of a sudden, March starts listing off her life goals.
Huh, she finna die.
Hayase fires at Perona, but March takes the hit. So then Fushi slaps her with Sand Slash. And then we get a March flashback. We get to see when March first met Perona. Damn, no wonder she thinks her balls of taste good. Perona been lying straight to her face. Bro, I don't even know why I'm cracking jokes. March ends up passing away. My eyes are getting watery, bro. This anime playing games. They really showing March all grown up with her sorry ass kids alive and moving. I'm just a boy. After a whole bunch of sad, heart-wrenching scenes, Fushi leaves in order to stay away from Hayase. Fushi runs into Piorin, and they travel together. She levels up Fushi like crazy, got it learning all types of words. Later on, Fushi meets its maker, and its natural enemy. This thing that steals Fushi's transformations and causes it to forget about them. Thanks to its maker's help, Fushi defeats it and regains its transformations and the memories tied to them. Episode 7 introduces us to these two brothers. They don't have a lot of money, but they're working hard and saving up in order to get a better life. Gugu is the one that is constantly on the grind, taking care of animals, and catching feelings. His brother is the one that sits on his ass and spends their money. One day after Gugu gets done talking to his crush, he comes back home to find out his brother freaking dipped and took all the money. Just when things couldn't get any worse, Gugu pushes his crush out of the way to save her life, but ends up getting his face crushed because of it. So then this old scientist guy sticks some baseballs on his face and makes him kinda thick. I mean, he did save his life, but dang, now we gotta keep that on his head like it's a brown paper bag. Gugu meets Fushi and they bond over being two very unique individuals. Gugu teaches him more stuff and starts seeing it as his younger brother. One day they're manning the booze station and a certain someone walks in. She doesn't realize that she's talking to the king that saved her life. He's awkward as shit, but he got her laughing. This guy literally lost his dream girl to a f***ing rock. Gugu reacts to this like any homie should. The old man sees him in his feels and tells him heartache builds character. So then Gugu goes out and puts in the work. Let's get it! They all laughing at his form though. The disrespect. The next episode sees Rin asking to work at the shop and live there. Things are actually going pretty well for Gugu. He's getting closer to Fushi and learning more about it. And also, his crush actually looks into his direction and breathes the same air as him. That's a big deal. Overall, pretty good stuff. That's until the old man sticks a pipe in his mouth, starts sucking, and gets some alcohol out of him. Turns out the old man put a sack of alcohol in Gugu when he was unconscious. Man, no wonder homie was so thick. And Gugu's like, why the F did you do that? And he's like, because I was bored and it sounded funny. Dang, bruh, and she doesn't even know his name. It's pretty bad for Gugu after this. His old boss offers Gugu a place in his family, but when he does a face reveal, they end up unsubscribing. And then when he's walking away with no place to sleep,
Man, that was a funny prank.
Meanwhile, back at the shop, Fushi is literally caca at every single job Gugu was doing. He manages to be a scrub at literally everything. Fushi sets out to get Gugu back so he can learn from him, and ends up saving him from getting abducted. Gugu realizes being a monster can be cool and grows closer to Fushi. Rin pulls up on them later, and her and Gugu actually get closer as well. Fushi's enemy starts attacking him again and steals his transformation. Gugu realizes he basically has a flamethrower when he barfs his sauce, so he fills up on some super strong liquor and defeats the enemy, saving Fushi's life. Fushi has a nice talk with its dada. He says Fushi should leave, but Fushi refuses. It wants to stay with Gugu, and I think after Gugu's performance, he got himself a chance. Alright bruh, out of nowhere we get a 4-year time skip. And they know exactly how to open it up. This boy is stacked! I remember days when they called my boy ugly. When the women weren't giving him the time of day. When these pushed him down. And even when these lazy little shits were laughing at his form. Who's laughing now? Fushi also got older, which is cool or whatever, but yeah, who really gives a fuck? I ain't forget. You actually just a ball thing. Rin is also still around. Her 16th birthday party is coming up, which means she has to enter an arranged marriage. So she basically needs to get a boyfriend before the party to stop this from happening. And you already know who's the #1 candidate. The old guy makes him a new mask that is designed to help Gugu fight Fushi's enemy again. And they both head out to Rin's birthday party. Dang bro, look at how nervous Rin gets when she talks to Gugu. All my homies remember it used to be the other way around. We didn't forget. He gives her a flower for her birthday. Nice color selection. And she remembers the day she was pushed from behind. Rin gets called upstairs and gets introduced to her future husband.
I already hate this guy.
Wait, hold up. Let's put our frickin' gamer glasses on and analyze this situation. He's looking at her, super happy and smiley. She's looking at the table, looks depressed as shit. He moves in closer. Holy crap, this is gonna decide it. She moves back with the quickness and hits him with that fake smile. Gugu, my guy. We in the clear. Gugu and Rin meet outside. And after some talking, she realizes it was him that saved her from dying. And that's the reason he has to wear a mask. The horniness and wholesome level is literally at 1,000. But then the frickin' floor breaks and Dada pulls up saying the knockers are here. Frick! Fushi and Gugu fight the enemy together, but it has armor now, so fire doesn't work. Fushi loses March, and Gugu gets caught off guard, but Rin saves him. Later on in the fight, both Gugu and Rin get caught under the rubble. Things are getting super romantic, music playing and everything. They kiss, and then Fushi turns into him, which can only mean one thing.
This show sucks.
Fushi manages to defeat the enemy, but the core ends up escaping. Gugu's older brother carries his dead body away to be buried. And just when things couldn't get any worse, these play with my heart like it's a tennis ball. They show Gugu all healthy, with his face fixed and everything. Damn, you could have been so handsome, bro. Fuck that log. Bro, why do they gotta look so perfect together?
This anime sucks.
Yeah, and then everything disappears, and they do that whack thing where the dead character can't touch the alive ones. Rin wakes up, and they try to make her think Gugu is still alive, but she realizes the truth. And bro, this scene gives me some strong goosebumps. Her dad pulls up on her, and she says she's not getting married, she's in love with someone. And he's like, what's the his name? And she's like, he's no longer here, but I'm sure he's with him. Man, this show sucks, bro! In the next episode, Fushi is really sad and calls out to his dada for guidance. Dada basically says everything dies eventually except for Fushi, and that it's Fushi's destiny to defeat the Knockers. Fushi doesn't want to do his Dada's chores and runs away. He smells Piorin's crusty nose hairs from far away and finds her. Piorin wants to accompany Fushi on his adventure, but Fushi says, heck no, I don't want anyone close to me to die anymore. And then she bites him and starts freaking whining until he says okay. Later on, Fushi realizes that some transformation was stolen from it, but it obviously can't remember who. This motivates Fushi to get stronger so it doesn't have to lose anybody ever again. They find a ship that's heading to a place where Fushi can train. Until this sussy girl tells them it's full, and that you should go on this other sussy ship instead. She splits them up, and well, looks like they got finessed. It's all good. This guy said they're all one big family. Fushi manages to escape, but then he runs into the girl and her friends, and finds out Piorin is going to be stuck on this island as a prisoner. And the only way to get her free is to win some battles in an arena. Let's go! Fushi wins round 1, and everyone wants to be his friend, his best friend, his wife, and some people want to be the mother of his child.
You're horny!
Turns out this crazy chick is actually Hayase. Damn, she fell off. They face off in the final round, but she uses the sleep stick and wins the whole thing. She takes Fushi back to her place with the quickness. And holy shit, she's actually trying to get pregnant. Joke's on you, your baby's about to look like... Luckily, she helps him escape before that happens. She chases after him, but he hits her with that sleep stick. Fushi leaves the island on a small boat and brings Hayase. Once she wakes up, she makes it very apparent that rocks and bears turn her on tremendously. And then a knocker pulls up on the boat, does a little dance,
You flinched, didn't you?
In the final episode, Fushi is super hesitant to stay with Piorin, as he knows the knockers are always following him, and he doesn't want to lose anyone again. Despite how much he loves Piorin, he decides to leave her. That's until his dada says all people will die eventually, something Fushi can't accept. Once Piorin sees Fushi and gives him a hug, it's over. The two of them live on an island together in complete peace. At this point, Fushi is super developed as a person, but unfortunately, Piorin starts changing. She starts becoming irritable extremely easily, and forgets things that happened only a few hours back in time, and even forgets their entire situation completely. This obviously doesn't make sense to Fushi, and hurts him at his core. To Fushi, Piorin, the person he loved dearly, was slowly vanishing before his eyes. This is something that really resonated with me. My grandpa passed away from Alzheimer's in 2014, and seeing him slowly forget both little and big things is an experience I wish upon no one. While it didn't have a huge effect on my life, I know for my nana and my dad it was detrimental. There were times when things would be sweet, like he would tell my nana they should get married, but there would also be times when he would think she was trying to rob his house. My dad also had an out-of-body experience when his own father asked him what is their relationship. Like, are they lovers, or friends, or brothers? These probably were similar to the things Fushi felt. And the reason this is so crazy is because I believe these experiences make you more human. You realize just how temporary life is. You appreciate the memories you have with someone, even if they forget them. I believe this terrible experience made Fushi a lot more human than ever before. And to everyone watching this video, always be sure to appreciate the loved ones you have that are cognizant. And always appreciate that your body's memory still works. It still remembers how to talk, how to swallow, and how to breathe. In Piorin's final moments, she tells Fushi she's glad she met him in a present state of mind. And she calls to Fushi's dada and asks him to end her life. And she also requests to be reborn as something more useful to Fushi. And what do you know? I'm not sure exactly how she's going to be useful to Fushi, but I think somebody is going to be sucking on some nose hairs. And then this anime ends off with a huge time skip. We see Fushi way into the future looking like a stud, and he popping them stupid knockers like they pimples. I can't even imagine how developed of a personality he has. Pretty impressive considering he started off as a ball thing, and turned into a rock, and then into moss, and then a wolf, and then a human.